Alafia and blessings. Welcome back to Walking the Spirit Fence. Today I'm going to talk to you about why I call this channel Walking the Spirit Fence. Many people take our world as the human world and the world of the dead as the place beyond the veil. I tend to look at it as more of a fence. It is a barrier that separates both of us, and some of us just stand on one side, and our others stand on the side of the dead. Now, I want to talk to you about myself. I have always had a connection with the dead. I grew up in a family of funeral directors. My great-grandfather was a funeral director. My grandfather and grandmother were funeral directors. My father was a funeral director. I was supposed to be the fourth funeral director. Wasn't going to happen. When growing up, I realized that, not many ghosts hang out at a cemetery. But every spirit comes to their own funeral. So growing up in a funeral home and waking up to somebody being there who was actually laid out in a casket downstairs, it wasn't something I was going to do. I'm not the 6 feet under kind of guy. Even though I spent a lot of time hanging out in colonial cemeteries in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Most of those were very peaceful and very serene because there were no ghosts. They were either have crossed over to another plane or they were visiting places that they once lived. Now, how to walk the spirit fence? How do you climb up that wooden fence and walk between both worlds? One of the first ways to really get yourself acclimated is to take either a picture or an item of a loved one that has passed. This is one of my dear ones that has passed, and I put him up on my shrine to Oya, who is the Orisha of the cemetery. She's the one who embraces all those who pass over. And basically what I do is I light a candle and I leave food offerings to my ancestors. And every morning I acknowledge him. I say, "Good morning, Mo," as if he were standing right there. One of the best ways to start communicating with one that has passed is to not see the fence as being a wall. See it as that there are cracks and slats between the fence. So you have the ability to look through it and communicate through it. Even though you can't touch it, you can still look through and communicate with people who have passed. So once you conquer that, you can start creating an open dialogue and start interacting with them. The biggest problem when people start communicating with the dead is to realize that there's a wall, that there is something dividing. There is no division. There is slats that you can look through and that you can connect. All you have to do is start creating an open dialogue. Another person who I keep on my shrine to Oya is Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou is somebody who I would consider to be an honored dead. She is a spirit who I was not in contact with. I went to go see her a few times speak, but I've never sat down and formally talked with her. So, I say, good morning, Maya, every morning, and I use her to help me to connect with her energies. I use looking through those slats in the spirit fence to help me communicate and open up to the energies that Maya Angelou had and the spirit that Maya Angelou had. I use her as a connection between me, her abilities, and me and the divine. You can often do this with different people who may not be your ancestors, but may be considered the honored divine. So, the first thing you gotta do is start the dialogue. Realize that it's not a veil, it's not a wall, there's slats in a wooden fence. Start reaching out to your ancestors. Feed your ancestors. Give them food. Give them the things that they liked in life. And open up and start walking that spirit fence. You yourself can be a spirit fence walker. Give you blessings. Give you honor. And give you a connection. Blessings to you. Blessings to your house. Ase, Papa O.